All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony G, and we're about to get started today. We're going to be talking about, Trump in Black History Month and things. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about that. Let me just move this down. Therefore, you guys can see Trump and his greatness and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I'm excited today to do this live stream and things. I haven't done one in a little while. You guys haven't seen my handsome face in a while, so therefore we're going to go ahead on and hit it. So this is just on the fly and things. It's a historical date. This happened, was it yesterday and things? So yeah. So congratulations once again, to the 150 years of, was it American Black History Month, right? Well, we're over here celebrating and things like that. So yeah, 150 years of Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen. And the guest of honor is yours truly. The president that we all know and love is Donald J. Trump. So which was along with the freedom fighters. I'm talking about the ones that he helped out a lot and things like that. So if you look at it, Jesse Jackson for starters, and there's quite a few people and things though. So other than that, though, so we're just talking about it, though, celebration of Black History Month. We have done this so many years, even when I was in grade school, middle school, high school, and things. So, yeah, so making America great again, I said I've been working on some stuff, but yeah, so this is basically it. Trump anticipates in Black History Month. So there was quite a few blacks that was actually speaking out and standing up and backing Trump and things. So therefore, I'm going to wait for the people to come into the live stream here. Therefore, we can go ahead and talk about it, Got to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. So, so that's the thing about it. I'm just going to wait for some people to come in and things, though, because, I've tried to do the live last week, but you already know what's been going on and stuff. And it's no surprise. But other than that, though, I'm on Kick. I'm on, let me see, I forgot Rumble, but that's okay though. But I'm on Kick, YouTube, of course. And then also I'm over here on Twitch, YouTube and Rumble. In Kick. I got to get my Rumble back up and things. So, yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, though, so this is basically what it is. We need to find out what's going on a little bit before I go into that. I'm going to play the video and stuff. So, once again, I'm not sponsored by it, but the news that I use is called Ground News and things. So Ground News allows, me to look at the news, whether if it's left leaning, right leaning, or right down the middle, So looking at it right here, though. So let's take a look at it. Mexico and El Salvador. This is pretty interesting. I know I don't really talk about a lot of global politics, but here it is, though. So Mexico and El Salvador makes big cocaine seizures at sea as U.S. continues lethal strikes. Regional, naval of El Salvador and Mexico reported seizures of more than 10 tons of cocaine this week. Wow. While the U.S. strikes left at least 145 people dead and 3 suspects smuggling boats, right? On Thursday, Mexico, right, reported seizing nearly 4 tons from the submersible craft with 250, nautical miles, right? Using intelligence shared with U.S. North Command and U.S. Joint, oh man, boy, look at this. Integragency Task Force South, right? That's what it is there. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, they have made a major bust in things. Good for Mexico and El Salvador. Now that things are being cleaned up over here in South America, they are in line. I believe that they had a talking with the president, Claudia Sheinbaum, because we already know that the cartel was controlling and running them. But You seen what happened with Nicholas Moderno. They don't want to smoke, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want to smoke. So Trump is making a hell of a safe. It's about peace through strength, and we're seeing it. We never seen cocaine bust like this when it was under Biden. We never seen cocaine bust when we were under Obama. Only Trump, right? This is a beautiful thing, though. In things. So I've been on other people's channels. I was on what's his name? He subscribed to me back though. I appreciate Rob. Been on Rob's channel though too. I ran across his channel and things. So shout out to Rob, man, for letting your brother, your boy, come up here, man, and talk and say my piece and things. So yeah. So other than that, we're in a whole different space, ladies and gentlemen. For you strong MAGA supporters, I just want to let you guys know we're in a different space right now, right? We don't have to debate with these clowns, and we don't have to do any of that. We hold major leverage in this country. And I appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you so much. And not only that, we hold the major leverage, because you notice with me, I don't even have to debate these guys no more. The proof is in the pudding, because every time you look around, you're seeing some type of indictment or someone being arrested. We already seen Prince Andrew. That was no shocker. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no shocker there. King Charles' brother, So I'm not even going to go into that. It is what it is. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more. Whoopi is, what I'm saying? So Whoopi, Joy Behar, everybody is on high alert right now. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a lot of sense, though, why those individuals would hate Trump. But we're just going to wait and see how that pans out or play out, right? So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's a beautiful thing, though. We in right now, there is the red tsunami. I ain't talking about a red wave. A red tsunami in America. By the time we hit those polls in the midterms, it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be a wrap, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they don't have anything coming, though, I'm going to get to the comments in a minute, and I appreciate for those that are coming in and so forth and making the comments, but it's so much leverage right now. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. We have so much leverage right now, ladies and gentlemen, in things. It's like unreal. The country is healing. I mean, we got rid of woke. We got rid of DEI, all this other kind of nonsense. Which is Obama. Obama was one of the worst presidents that we ever had in our life. And the reason why I say that, I could say that, right, forever, Trump. I could say that Obama is the worst, right? And what makes Obama the worst president? Because he was the one that divided the people in America, right? Obama had an opportunity to make real change. He didn't do ish in the black community, let alone he didn't do very much in America at all. You know what Obama did, ladies and gentlemen? Obama, right? This is the guy that was supposed to be the president, right? Obama, right, was actually defunding our military, right? He actually made our enemies strong and attacked our allies, right? And these are some of the things under his foreign policy, right? This is the thing about it. Obama wasn't a good dude. He was a bad dude. He just was like a cosplay actor, right? Because, I mean, and right now you got more black people in the black community is denouncing Trump. Obama. They denouncing Obama right now, big time. Obama is one of the worst presidents ever. He sold America out. He actually, what did he also do as well? When they talk about state-funded terrorists, the Muslim Brotherhood, all that was part of Obama. Obama set that up, right? He set us up. He destabilized the Middle East, right? It wasn't, this was a continuation. He was for war, right? It wasn't about peace. This guy was for war, right? He was one of those chameleons, one of the worst ones ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much things I could say about Obama and his bullshit ass, suck ass policies and things. It's one of the worst presidents though, man. So like it is, he will go to prison. That's looking more evident now as stuff start to unfold. And remember I said that on my channel though too, boy. And for you guys that's rah-rah about Obama, guess what? I want you to come in my room when he go to prison though, right? He's going to have those silver handcuffs, right? And that's exactly what it is. Though. In fact, I want to open up something so I can share with people here. So hold on for one moment. You know how I do. I love, you know how I do. I like to tease the trolls. But let me see here what we got here. I'm gonna go and open this up here. Hold on for one moment, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta do it right and proper though too, because I want this image that I'm about to pull up. And this image is gonna be the future of what I just said though, because he will be in silver bracelets. So he's gonna have a nice pair of them. And if he's lucky, he may just get a military, he may get the death penalty. It's one or the other, or life in prison, or whichever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna boo-hoo about it, but it's gonna be a beautiful thing when we see that happen, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. You know how I do. So let me see here. Where is that image at? Because I want this thing to be real. And I'm not joking around. Oh, there you go. Boy, I love it, boy. I love it, boy. This is the thing about it, boy. This is what I'm talking about right here. Let me go ahead and pull him up here. Put him right up over there. There you go. Hey, y'all see that? Hold on. That's my, hold on for a minute. Yeah, that put that as a background thing. I didn't mean to want to do that. Hold on for a minute, guys. Let me do this right and proper, though. Y'all can see him, though. There you go, boy. That's his future. That's his future, right? That is Obama's future that he created. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. We're talking about the Russia. This guy right here, right? I went up against a sitting president, duly president, right? He staged the coup, and don't leave out Clinton's, right? He staged the coup. And this is one of the main things, though. Boy, I can't wait, boy. I'm going to be eating popcorn, and I'm going to celebrate this, though. And I do this. You know me, I troll back. This is how I do my trolls, right? This is exactly how I get my trolls, right? Oh, man, that's a beautiful thing. I got that picture saved and stuff. I remember when Trump posted that, though, too. I said, I got to have it, I got to have it. Because when it comes into fruition, I want you same guys to come back on my channel, so we can celebrate, right? I'm talking about the trolls too, right? So let me go ahead on and go further on, though. Let me see here. There it is. So celebrating Black History Month, right? Boy, look at Trump. He spoke at the Black History thing, 150 years of Black history, where blacks showed up. Boy, this is the thing. Before I play the video, what the Democrats have done, they have effed over. I'm going to watch my swearing and cussing too, man. I apologize the other day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what happened is that with Trump, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. So with Trump and things, I'm going to show this, but let's go back with the Democrats, right? The Democrats messed over the Black community so bad. You got more and more blacks. This is not 2020 or 2016 anymore. This is 2025. And what did they do, ladies and gentlemen? We already know. The number one reason that a lot of blacks are pissed off with the Democrats is that when they allowed the illegal aliens in this country, they set up what they call set-aside programs. They gave them welfare and all that, and they leapfrog right over the people that needed it most here. We're talking about citizens, Black, Hispanic, and other, right? Black and other, right? And that's exactly what happened with the blacks. It pissed them off so damn bad. I mean, they said, well, damn. I mean, there is like illegal aliens, man. They were being set up. You guys remember that a few years ago? Was that 2023? They had them set up in Ritz-Carlton and these other places, man. Look at Chicago, man. The Democrats, they did this at their own hand because they thought that they had the leverage. They thought that they can beat Trump. They thought they had the Black community in their back pocket. Guess what the Black community did? They said, when they started finding out that they had all these set-aside programs that they was giving it to these illegal aliens, and they over here and so forth. Look at it. I mean, we can show the proof right here. That's why I put the receipts up, because the blacks are celebrating with Trump. They're not over here denouncing Trump. You know what I mean? Black men alone, some of the black women, though, that are waking up, the black folks are leaving the Democratic slave plantation by the droves, right? Because they know that they don't have a future anymore with the Democrats. It's obvious. Ever since blacks has been voting, it has been over 60, 70 years that black folks been voting Democrat. What we got in return, right? Other than welfare and affordable housing. We got ghettos and slums, right? That's what I'm going to revisit that. America's forgotten cities, right? that they have set up. They have sanctioned off with segregation and all this other stuff, right? We're going to talk about it, right? One day on that. But this is the remnants, right? This is their legacy, right? Ku Klux Klan, right? Segregation, right? Jim Crow, redlining, all these type of programs happen under the Democrats. Now that the blacks are starting to see, they're starting to understand who the enemy to the so-called black community really is. It always have been the Democrats, right? These are the worst. In fact, we're going to go ahead and play this video right now.
They're not around. Whereas we don't have to go that far.
Go ahead, Trump.
Generally speaking. But it's the highest award, civilian. And then you have the matching is the Congressional Medal of Honor, both tremendous. So, Ben, I'll be seeing you back here pretty soon, I think, and you're going to get the award. You'll probably fill up this room. I said, we'll do it in the Oval Office. He said, sir, it's not big enough. I said, what? So we're going to do it right here, okay? And we love it.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
I'd like to also thank senior counsel to the Assistant Attorney General. He's a fantastic man. He's been my friend for a long time, Leo Terrell. There's no better. We have time, right? Do we have time? Yes? Anybody have to go? Like, come on up here, Leo. Get up here. This guy, he says
Leo
it
Terrell.
like it is. I like Leo.
Yeah.
Come here, Leo. Look at
Go on
you.
and get up on that stage, Leo Terrell.
Leo 2.0.
Let me just thank you very much, Mr. President. First of all, we are living under the administration of the greatest president in our lifetime.
It's true. It's true.
And we have the hottest country in our lifetime.
The hottest.
And I want to make sure the mainstream media knows this, because you represent the people who basically counter what the mainstream media has done. President Trump was the president who fully funded historically black colleges and universities.
Yes, sir. I remember that. $350 million to be exact for 109. Hold on for a minute. That's about $350 million that Trump funded the HBCUs, and it's 109 of them across the United States, which means that they have gotten 100. Let me see my math. 3.3 million each. He did more than Obama. Obama only gave 10 million. Trump gave 350 million. Exactly. 350, 360 million. One of the two, but that's exactly what it was, right? So let's go ahead and get it.
President Trump
made
sure that we had opportunity zones. Let me close by saying this.
I remember that. Opportunity zones.
This country is at a crossroads, and we have the right president at the right time. And if you want school choice, like I know you do, President Trump wants it.
That's right.
If you want a law and order society,
yes, we do.
And secure border, President Trump wants
has
that.
provided that. Yes, he has. That's true.
And more importantly,
go ahead, Leo.
I say this because this is the greatest country on the planet.
It is. Can't go nowhere else.
American citizens should decide American election. Vote for to say that.
That's exactly what we did, boy. We're sticking to the Democrats, boy. I love it. Boy, they mad. They big mad
Leo
in here,
2.0.
boy. Ooh, Leo 2.0.
We love Leo. Thank you,
yeah,
Leo.
there we go.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
You can't stop him. You can't stop him. You can't stop him. 4 more years. You hear that? 4 more years. Right? Can't stop him. Boy, I tell you.
He's a special guy. I watched him on Sean Hannity a long time ago. He used to be a Democrat, you know. Leo was a Democrat.
Go figure that. Used to be a Democrat, like most of us were, right? Isn't that something?
That's a long time ago, right? Can you imagine you were a Democrat? I can't.
And I'm going to tell you something for you liberal whites that are in here. You don't speak for the black community. We don't need your permission. And like I said before, those days are over, though, you know. You could take yourself, you liberal soy boys, as well as you could take those liberal white, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to watch my cussing. You could take those, those white women, I'm talking about those liberal, you know what, itches, and you can go ahead on and be together forever, you know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't running nothing no more. Y'all don't tell us what to do. We are deciding for ourselves, right? And that's exactly what it is. You can either suck it or you can get out and go to another country. You don't control the black community no more.
Imagine it. You'd see him with Leo 2.0 up in the hat. We love him. He's a great man, actually. General Counsel for the Department of War, Earl Matthews. That's a big deal. Thank you, Earl.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I see Johnny over there with a great book. How is the book doing? Good? What a great person you are. Great book. White House pardon czar. This is a big job. This is a big job. Alice Johnson. Alice?
Go ahead and bring Alice up there.
Where's Alice?
Bring Alice up.
What a sweetheart. I met Alice, and she was
Boy, they love Trump over there. Look at that.
For what some people would say today is not even a fine, right, Alice? It's not even a fine. And I said, how long has she been in jail? 22 years.
22 years.
22 years. And right, Alice? And come on up here, Alice.
Come on up there, Alice.
Come on up.
I already seen it before, but I don't mind watching it with y'all again. I'm sure y'all seen
I
it too.
said 22 years, and she was on a phone call. This was over a phone call. I know about fake phone calls too,
Trump,
Alice.
you might as well call. He's
they
Trump,
tried to get
and
me
he's
in a
male.
fake phone
Look
call.
at that.
But
Alice,
was
and
in
he's
jail
male.
for like 22
Look at that.
years. I said, how many years does she have left? 28. I said, 28 years left.
Look at her.
And I said it, and I mean, she admitted she made a little mistake, but it was
Yeah, y'all
not
liberal
the kind of a
whites ain't
mistake that
controlling
you serve
nothing on the
50
black
years in jail
community
for.
before. Y'all are
like
done.
maybe a couple
you
of
hear
months.
me? You're done.
Maybe less than
You're
that.
done, right? Boy, and I love trolling the white liberal ones too. Y'all are done. You hear me? I'm talking about well done, right? This is the future that you are looking at of the new MAGA Republicans. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And you're going to get used to it, though, as well, too, because we're going to run all y'all up on out of here, you know? That's what we're going to do. And the black community is going red, just like Chicago is going red. Philadelphia is trying to go red, and all these other cities is going red, right? We talking about the red tsunami wave. Get used to it, right? There we go.
And I said, this is the most unfair. And then when I met her, I fell in love. I felt my wife was very upset with it. Our great first lady did not like that, Scott.
Even Jesse Jackson, till this day, speaks before he passed away, spoke good things to Trump. You know, when he was running back in 1984 for president. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson. Thank you for the likes. People that know the history, that have been around for a while, that know. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, trying to paint this man as being a racist, well, we already won. You might as well say it. They looked at the internal polls. It's not looking good for the Dems, man. They don't have a flying chance. We're looking at about 20 to 40 years before they ever go into power again, though. That's a fact, right? And I love it. That's why I say the trolls done lost, and your party has lost. You don't have a party no more. Once we done, and there's going to be a lot of arrests. Some silver bracelets. You see the with Obama and Hillary and all them, Bill, silver bracelets is on the way, though, right? Let's go ahead and get it.
We didn't.
Silver handcuffs.
But Alice is great, and say a couple of words. It was so ridiculous. 22 years.
Go ahead, Alice.
She had 28 left, and I said, let's get her the hell out, and we got her out.
He got her out.
We did a commute, and then when I got...
Why didn't the Democrats do it? Trump and his administration, why didn't they do it, right? I always got an excuse. Y'all ain't asking me-ish, let alone, because we in control now. Right? This is America, MAGA, make America great. I'm going to make them mad and make them sad, and they're going to be glad or get out of America. There we go. Go ahead,
she
Trump.
was so high quality. I said, full pardon. So she's cleaner than anybody in this room, even than my friend right here. She's cleaner. Because
Great
of
job.
that, she's cleaner than anybody in this room.
Go ahead, Alice.
Thank you,
Miss
Mr.
Alice,
President.
go ahead.
The feeling was mutual. I fell in love with this man, with his heart.
You hear what she said?
With his heart for this country, with his heart to really bring America back to the former greatness that it deserves.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's exactly what he has done.
Yes, ma'am.
My story is truly a
Yes,
Joseph
Lord.
story. This president right here, President Donald Trump,
Sent by
brought
heaven
me
sent.
from the prison pit
That's right.
to the White House.
Yep. There you go. Go
Only
ahead.
in America.
Only
there
in
be
America.
a story like my story.
Boy, I
and
tell you.
President Trump is the only president who would have had the courage, to bring someone like me, someone who received a second chance, but who knows more than someone who is sit among the captives, than someone who has been in captivity themselves. I did not get comfortable in my own freedom, but I went back as Harriet Tubman said she did, she went back to draw many others into freedom. And President Trump has listened to those recommendations. There's so much more to come.
Thank you for the likes, too. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Because when you see me, you see a miracle. You see
appreciate
hope.
the comments,
you
too.
see second chances. And you see someone who is willing
Appreciate
to
the next
roll
like.
up their
Thank you.
sleeves and do the work, do the hard work to help individuals gain their freedom. President Trump did something historic in his first term. He signed the First Step Act into law.
I remember that was 2016. I remember it.
Over
I remember
40,000, and that number is low. Over 40,000 individuals have come home to their families early.
Sure did.
And you know, many
Kodak Black
of
is
those
one of them, ain't he?
were Black Americans who had no hope.
That's right.
This president right here, as you look out upon this sea of Black Americans.
See, what white liberals, ladies and gentlemen, and there's some of them in this room, right? They hate the fact that black, remember I always told you, if it's anything that white liberals hate, it's a black conservative, especially when they're speaking with sense, they're speaking with confidence, and anybody that's backing Trump with truth, they can't stand it. That's why I give it to them like I do. This is my way of trolling back on them with the truth and facts. And this woman here, this is a sister here. This black woman here is speaking the truth. You can tell she's sincere. Alice is sincere about this stuff because when nobody else gave a you-know-what, who gave a flying what? And that was President Donald J. Trump. Go ahead, Trump.
This president hears you. This president cares for you.
That's right.
Don't let anyone tell you.
Don't let no one tell us.
This president
otherwise.
right here, Donald Trump, is not for Black America because he is. I'm standing here today.
Got the receipts. You can't fake this. This ain't deep fake.
As a testament to how he feels about Black Americans. There has never been a position like this. I don't know if there ever will be before. But I worked with him in his first term, and I'm proud to now officially have the title to make it happen. Let's get real with the realness. Let's get behind President Trump, who truly has turned our nation around made us the envy of every country in the world. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, God, for recognizing and raising up this man to be the leader of the free world.
Look at Trump.
I love you.
Donald J. Trump. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a real president.
She's a great woman.
Obama can't.
You know, when
Obama
I was looking for a pardon person,
Obama can't hold a
like
candle to him, let alone wear this man's shoes.
They gave me
That's a
somebody
fact.
from Harvard.
The worst president we have ever had. One of the worst. Big ear galoot. I was never no fan of that dude. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it.
Somebody from Princeton, somebody from Penn, somebody from Stanford. And
they went after this man. They tried to break this man. They deplatformed this man. They tried to debank this man, which they did. Bank of America, Chase Bank, right? They put him and his sons in court, right? They actually put up a coup, Obama and them. That's all treason, sir, ma'am. And this is why Obama going to prison, though. And I'm going to be over here eating that popcorn. And I want y'all to come in my room when he goes down, man. I'm going to say, I told you so. Pointing my finger, telling the truth. And it's going to happen, though. Boy, you liberals are mad. You progressive liberals, especially the white ones, though, too. You ain't running nothing. Your end is over. Your reign of terror is over. You hear me? Yep, you hear me? Boy, I tell you, there you go.
Do you know anything about it? Well,
thank you for the likes, too. I appreciate it.
And when I met Alice, I said, she's better than these people. And she's done a fantastic job. You know, I said to Alice, I said, so I'm looking for people like you to let out. How many people are there like you? She said, many. I said, many? In jail. Think of it, 22 years she was in jail, and she had 28 years to go.
Yeah, that's right. Angela Stanton King, she was one of those people that was in prison. I think she was actually pregnant when they had her in there. Trump got her out. Angela Stanton King, you know? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, exactly.
Phone call. You admit you did a little something wrong, right? But it was like, okay, it wasn't 50 years. Even if you said 6.
Yeah, Angela Stanton King got a full pardon. That sister right there. That's a fact. And this man did it. Kodak Black. There's quite a few other, you know? Yep, exactly. Even the late great Jack Johnson was pardoned, though, you know, and they did Jack Johnson wrong, all under the Democrats. Who said it? The devil is a Democrat. Yeah, that's right. Tom McDonald. I appreciate the likes. The devil is a Democrat. Yeah, it sure is.
Today it would be probably nothing, but even if you said some little time, but I said, I'm looking for other people like you. How many are there? Many. Then I was worried I said, well, maybe she's going to say everybody should be let out. We're not a believer in that. I said, so Alice, are there people that shouldn't be? You met a lot of people, right? Are there people that shouldn't be let out?
Thank you for the
Absolutely.
likes, though. I appreciate
then
it.
I felt better. Because there's some bad ones in there, too, right? But you are fantastic.
Yeah, keep
and you've
them in
been
there for
great
the bad
and so
ones.
respected all over the country, all over the world, in a sense. You've become a very big story. Thank you very much, Alice. I appreciate it.
Right,
and we have
guys,
Lynn Patton. Lynn, thank you. You've been such a help.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to go ahead and put this forward a little bit, guys. Here it is right here, guys and gals.
because when you say the worst ever, but when you say the worst in 49 years, I'll take that, right? The fake news got me on that one. I think I was right, by the way, but I'll accept 48 or 49 years. But for the first time in many years, 100% of all net job creation is going to American-born citizens. Think of that.
You hear that?
100.
All of the job creations are going to American-born, and that's big. It's something that Obama never did. They just believe in big government. They think that creating jobs with big government, and look what ended up happening. Biden did it as well, too. See what happened? You know what I'm saying? This man here is a real businessman. No matter what you say, this guy did it. He don't even take a salary for being the president. What is it, 400,000? Shoot, that's chump change for Trump. He don't need it. Obama and them took it. You know, every other president took that salary, but this man right here. And, you know what I'm saying, the progressive DMs hate it, boy, when I know facts and truth. I love
And
trolling
in the
their
last
behind.
administration was going
mad.
mostly to illegal aliens that came in.
Yeah, I ain't got to fight with you on the chat. I got to show, you know what I'm saying? So you come over here to try to get my attention, though, you can't stand it. That's what some of you running like the turncoat dogs that you are with the tail between your legs, like a darn jackal. Get the running, jackals. Here you go.
The murderers and others. Last summer, we passed the largest working-class tax cuts in the history of our country. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on...
The largest tax cuts in our American history, something that the Democrats have never done. All they do is create inflation. They create the problems that Trump is fixing. And this is a fact. The numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say this ain't about convincing the people. This is, when I'm over here speaking, I'm talking with people, right, like yourselves, that are Trump supporters, MAGA supporters, and so forth. And you guys understand it. You guys know what it is. Exactly. Here we go.
No tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And you're going to see that. You know, it just kicked in on January 1st. You're going to see tremendous results, and they're already seeing it.
Boy, the seniors are smiling right now. The Dems are gone. They ain't never did any of this stuff. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, look at them, man. They panicked out, man. Y'all never would have thought you would have saw this day coming, did you?
I think we're going to have...
Show you how God operates, right? Look at this.
GPs, we're going to have numbers that nobody's ever seen before.
Numbers that nobody never seen before.
Joining us this afternoon.
It's already like this now.
Really, somebody that is fantastic. Annette Bradford. In 2019, Annette and her husband opened an incredibly successful coffee shop in Arkansas named Hebrews 11:1. That's an interesting name. No one thinks that the no tax on tips matters. Well, it does matter, and it mattered a lot to Annette. And she was able to grow her business just in a short period of time and hired more employees. And she's making a fortune. I'd like you to give some of the people in that room some of that money, Annette. You should make it a lot. Annette, come.
And she's been given a chance, something that the Democrats have never done, and showed you how much that these progressive, low down, like I said, the devil is a Democrat, they care about the black community so much that they leapfrogged over our community and gave all these set-asides and programs to these illegal aliens, right? You think I'm going to be championing in the streets talking about ICE? You got another thing coming. You must think that we all boo-boo the fool. Guess what? Your reign is over, right? And I don't need no white liberal telling us what to do. And that's the one thing I ain't going to stand for at all, though. You are done. You hear me? Right? It's conservative, and a lot of whites and others that are conservative in this room that follow me and rock with me. You don't have a voice. You don't even have a voice in this room. I don't even hear you. I'm talking about for these trolls, right? I don't see them no more. I won't read your comments. I don't see you. Only thing I see is MAGA, right? That's all I see. I don't see no blue, right? I'm colorblind to blue. I see red. That's it.
Arnetta, where are you? Arnetta, come on up here, Arnetta.
Go ahead, come up here, Arnetta. Let's show the Democrat, the demon Democrats. Here's another one. This is a sister right here. Go ahead, sister.
I can't do anything.
Talking about black folks hate Trump. No, they don't. It's just you progressive, low-down liberals hate Trump. And look at your minority group. You lost in Minneapolis. And the Ilhan Umar is going to prison, too. That's another one. Them handcuffs is coming. Boy, you know.
Let's say to God be the glory.
God be the glory, boy.
I have no business being here other than him having me here. And so,
you got
I'm not going to do
here.
it. I'm not going to preach. I'm going to settle myself. Thank you so much for inviting me and having me here. It's such an honor to be here today. Hebrews 11:1. People ask me all the time, why did I even open a business? Why did I even call it Hebrews 11:1? Hebrews 11:1 is my very favorite scripture.
Thank you for the likes, though, too. I appreciate you guys.
Now faith is
you guys
the
have been
substance
rocking
of
it
things
out
hoped for,
real good.
and the evidence of things
I know who
not
the real
seen.
MAGA supporters are.
That scripture has walked with me. It has
black,
grown
white, and
me
other. I know who they are.
From a little girl on up. Not having no longer my mother here, no longer having my father here, my husband not having his mother and his father here. We opened Hebrews 11:1 with no funding, no money, no big family investors, no business loans.
36 minutes. Okay.
Didn't have great credit. It was us.
Thank you
and
for the
faith
likes.
in
I
God.
appreciate it, guys. Thank you again. Thank you.
That was 7 years ago. But I ran that business with just myself and one employee. Then here comes no
Thank
tax.
you for the
on
likes
tips.
again, guys.
I was able to
I
hire
acknowledge
7
all
more
you guys
employees.
that coming in this room. I'm talking about the
Just
MAGA
fine.
supporters that stand with
What
this
you did.
man here. And you see
Not
what
only
he's
that,
doing.
I was able
You
to
got,
open
you got a
second
friend here. If you
location on our
MAGA, you got a
college
friend
campus.
here. I'm talking about a lot of you ex-Democrats
just
that
going
jumped on the
off
side,
simply
you know.
because
This ain't about loving Trump. This is about what his policies are. I ain't mentioned one time about loving on this man. I love his policies, which makes me personally, I love the man. I met his son. I met Don Jr.
Faith.
before. Shout out to Don
I love
Jr.
the fact of that scripture. Now, I say all of that I'm trying to stick to my little written down thing that I wrote. I don't know how to do that so well.
Come on with it. You got
But
it.
as a small
Come on
business
with
owner,
it.
I understand how critical support is. I understand that you have to have the right people that make the right policies for us as small business owners. So no tax on tips has been an extreme blessing for me and my business. Not just mine, but I know so many people across the country. I know a lot of us don't want to talk about the good part of it. We only want to share the negative, but I'm here today to tell you you've done a great thing. Thank you for...
This is a black woman telling our president that we all love and know, Donald J. Trump, right, that he did a great thing. And I say he did a great thing. And many of us that are MAGAs in this room, he had done a great thing.
Just loving on us and showing us
Loving
that
on us.
even in small town Hope, Arkansas.
Democrats ain't never loved on us. They hated on us. They hate us.
And I
they
have got
hate
to
this
say
country.
this, I have the best governor in the world.
And she in Arkansas.
I don't only just call Sarah my friend, I call her my sister. And so that's why I am here today to just tell you that no tax on tips has been an amazing blessing for me. President Trump has been an amazing blessing for me. And at the end of the day, Jesus has been an amazing blessing
That's right.
for me.
Yes, he has.
I love you guys, and thank you so much, because I am a youth pastor.
That's
but
right.
I will not preach on today. I
It's
love
all
y'all.
good.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank
You know, the progressive Democrats, they hate Christians. We already see that, right? They favor and love the Muslims in this country. Sharia law and all that, you know what I'm saying? All that's ending, right? We are a Christian nation. We always have and always will be. The progressive Dems have lost. They're going to lose in these midterms, and they're going to lose their footing, right, in America. There's a new regime. You either going to get in line or go to some other country. Yep. You old traitorous traitors, you. Boy, look at that. That's a sister right there.
Good job, huh?
Hold on, let me get Grandma up here, guys. Hold on for a minute. I got the final finale. Hold on for a minute. I got the final finale here.
Help her up.
I got the final finale. I mean, finale. I got the final finale here. This is Grandma here. This is old school, man. I love old school. You know I love seniors. Thank you for the likes. Boy, this is look at her.
I like him too.
Take your time, sister.
One thing I like about him, he keeps it real, just like Grandma.
Keep it, Grandma, boy. Thank you for the likes.
I appreciate that because
I
I
do
can trust
too.
him because he tells exactly how he feels and what he
Yes,
thinks.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank God for this president. I am filled. My cup runneth over.
I feel my cup runneth over.
Because he allowed his constituents, his people, to come to my house to interview me, to talk about the murder of my grandson.
Joe Biden would have never done that, let alone, you know what I'm saying? He would have never done that.
It seemed like nobody cared.
Oh, yeah. Kamala Harris would never have done it either. Kamala, right? Kamala Harris, she would have never done it.
I'm an advocate for murder. I marched. I rallied. I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did. Ooh. We marched and we rallied, and nobody
That wasn't me. That was Fox, though. It looked like they transitioned or what, they cut a feed or something.
Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home.
I appreciate the likes, though. Thank you, guys. The more likes y'all rock it out, though, the show the devil is a Democrat because they are mad in this room, right? They saying this brother here, he's showing the receipts and stuff, and we're sharing it right now. You guys are seeing this, though. Just a day or so ago, right? That's all it is. There it is.
To testify for the beautiful bill that's going to change crime in the district.
That's right.
If you kill somebody.
That's right.
Okay. You take a life, you do life.
There you hear what she said. Go ahead, though, Grandma. That's wisdom right there, though, boy. You know the progressive Dems don't have an answer for this because they had every opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. If you take a life, you do life, right? What was they doing? They were letting them right back out. It was an evolving door. You know what I'm saying? They didn't love this country. Those are their foot soldiers out here doing all these heinous crimes and stuff like that. Go ahead, sister.
Just that simple.
Right? That's wisdom right there.
If you do a harsh crime,
old school.
You do harsh time. Just that simple.
You do harsh crime, you do harsh time, right? I grew up with old school. I had a grandmother myself, though, you know? Remind me of my grandmother, same complexion too, boy. I tell you, boy, look at that here. Boy, that's wisdom, ladies and gentlemen.
And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago.
Oh!
He brought it on.
You hear that? Oh, man, don't hurt them like that, Grandma. They don't have an answer for it. Boy, I tell you. Boy, she dropping bombs herself.
I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing.
Yes, ma'am. That's right. Y'all back up off of him. And that's Grandma right there. You come for her, you got to come for me. God damn it. Sorry for my French. You come for her, you got to come through me. That's a fact. And many other supporters, too. Mess with her now. And F around and find out. Touch her now and see what happens.
And Grandma said it.
That's right. That's right. Y'all ain't running nothing. Now mess with her now. And you're going to find out today. Boy, that's wisdom right there, you know? That's wisdom right there. We ain't taking inch back. We're going to steady go through. We pushing them pretty soon. When I can't wait, it's going to be silver bracelets straight down the list. Boy, that's Grandma wisdom right there. Go ahead, Trump. I'm going to let him finish it off. I ain't going to do it all, you know. Fair content sharing use, just taking a little bit.
When is she running for office? Felicia, when are you running for office, please?
Boy, Grandma Felicia.
You have my endorsement, Felicia.
I appreciate the likes, too. Thank you so much.
That's great.
That's wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. That's old school wisdom. We don't have that so much anymore in the black community. In the 80s and the 90s when I grew up, man, that right there, I was so used to that, man. When we had more community then. This
and
is
it's
what
from the heart. Your little baby, right, was just so horribly taken.
This is why this man, Trump, This is the reasons why I voted for this man, right? I stand on the policies because they were pure and true. Unlike that old low-down left group, right? And this is the thing. We must protect our women. Look at you guys right now. There's more Dems that can't even get with, that used to be even Democrats. They're voting Republican as well. We can't have these men going into these women bathrooms. Now do it and find out when you're going to mess around here, right? So we're standing up. Ain't going to be no more of that stuff no more, you know. Ain't going to be no man going in no female bathroom, right? And that's exactly what it is. Women must be protected. You're not going in there. Go in there now. You know what I'm saying? And you ladies too. I always encourage you to get your CPL license and so forth, right? Because you never know. You want to have your just in case. This is how it is. You know, we're going to make sure that they keep the men out of the women's sports and keep them out of the restrooms as well, too. We don't want your man ass up in there. Excuse my French. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been trying to do better, though. I've been trying to do better. I apologize. But here it is, though. I'm going to let Trump do his thing here.
Under the Trump administration, we believe that no community should be abandoned to the scourge of violent crime, and we're saving thousands and thousands of lives in many cities. And frankly, if these radical left lunatic Democrats would come and say, please help us, please, we'd stop crimes all over the place. And we're doing it in a lot of cities. Sometimes we have to force ourselves upon them because they're so bad. And I don't even think they realize what's happening to their cities and their towns. But every town.
Oh, they don't care, because the more violence and crime that's coming from these libtards, right? What are they doing? Because before they were getting funding for it. The reason that the Dems never cracked down on crime, because they needed the anarchists, right? They needed these gang members, right? They needed the drug dealers to do their bidding, right? Therefore, they could get more funding. Say, yeah, it's out of control, though. Our police is overwhelmed. They purposely did it. The jig is up, right? We already know the tactics and the tricks now. We done caught up to the game. Things are changing. That's why he had to send in the National Guards, Trump, right? The president right here. This is the man right here, boy. And so you libtards that hate this man, guess what? I call you a traitor, right? You are the traitor. You hate America, right? You don't have a policy that can stand with this man. All your politicians on the left, you ain't got no leader. You are leaderless. You think any of them, I know who your leaders are, and none of them can hold a candle to this man here. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
Every city that we go in, like Washington, Felicia, you feel much safer now. Totally safe. You can walk
totally
to a restaurant.
Safe in Washington
the restaurants were all closing. Now you can't get a restaurant.
Look at that. The Dems had every opportunity to do the right thing, but they were profiting off of crime, violence, and drugs, though. I knew it was a scam then, and now that the jig is up, boy, America is turning conservative, right? And wait until we win the midterms. They're going to be just like how those, remember those liberals with the different color hair and bull rings? They were screaming, ah! They were going crazy, right? I still watch that to this day, though. I love it when y'all get out of control on the left, though, you progressive a-holes, you.
The bad news is you can't get into a restaurant, but it's a great thing to see what's happening in Washington. And
I don't have no respect for a liberal male. I don't care what color you are. I don't respect no soy boy, liberal male or whatever like that. And you know you ain't about that life at all, though. You ain't even worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully people will be coming in record numbers. And it's been, well, I know we need a little help. You need help in Atlanta. He just said.
You hear that? Need help in Atlanta. They're calling out. They're begging Trump to come to Atlanta, which he is. He said 19 cities he's coming. You know what I'm saying? Memphis, woo. You couldn't even, man, Memphis is cleaned up. I ain't heard crime drop, man. What is it? I forgot the statistics exactly, but this man right here is doing his thing, though. You want to know the reasons why we voted for Trump? You're hearing the reasons why, and many more.
Atlanta, we could take care of Atlanta. I'll tell you what, you ought to get them to call me. We could take care of Atlanta so fast.
You hear that? You can take care of it, though. Dems had the opportunity, but they have failed. Their leadership is crumbling. They are burning in the wind. They are fizzling out, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying we ain't got to debate ish. We have the narrative. Remember that. We have the narrative because Trump has the ear of the people. The Dems do not. That's why he's successful. This is why he kicked they behind in the Supreme Courts. He had another victory recently. They trying to do all this lawfare stuff, but it ain't going to work, though. It's study fast forward. We're going to keep the fort. We're going to hold down the fort, and we're going to study advance. We're study advance. That's the thing about the military that I learned is we study advancing, right? Right? That's exactly what it is. Y'all ain't stopping nothing. Your numbers are low, your policies are booty, and you're on your way. Silver bracelets. Silver bracelets is coming.
They don't want to call. They don't want to call because they don't want to admit it, and they'll never fix it themselves.
That's right.
Don't forget,
he's right.
We move people out. We don't just go in and, be tough guys. We move people out. We take
Thank you for the likes. I appreciate
criminals, and we get them out. We bring them back to the country from where they came.
You hear what he said? You move them out. They being exported out. Trende Alagra, MS-13, some of the dangerous gangs in the world. And guess who sent them in here? We already know. Many of them were already here before Biden. And then when they just open up the floodgates, this is all by design, right? That's why I say Biden ain't no good. Kamala Harris ain't no good. We already know how I feel about Obama, though. That is the one right there that divided this country or whatever like that. Boy, he had 8 years with this clown, right? And look what he did, man. Basically, pretty much almost tried to destroy America, but it didn't work. That's just let you know how God works.
90% of the crime is caused by 2% of the people. Think of it. So when you get the criminals out,
facts.
You solve a lot of problems.
It's just that simple. Get the criminals out. It's just that simple. Democrats, but we know you needed them. Because look at it. Look at what the crap. Look at the destruction they have done in this country. And they have pretty much decimated my community. This is all coming from the low down ass Democrats. Excuse my French, but it's coming from them, ladies and gentlemen. Now that the blacks done caught up with it, the Hispanics have caught up with it, right? They can't use them no more. They say, oh my gosh, we are losing blacks by the numbers now. Grandma and all the rest of them speaking up. What is that going to say for the other grandmas? They're going to say, oh man, the woman saying that's going on. Oh, child. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, though, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what it is. Go ahead, Trump.
The way that we're fulfilling our duty to the next generation is the single biggest thing that's happened having to do with schools and education.
Thank you for the likes, too. I appreciate it, guys.
School choice in our great,
big, beautiful bill. We need that. And the big, beautiful bill.
Our beautiful bill, which really covers 4 years. We put it all together. That's why we call it the great, big, beautiful bill.
Yes,
this will help billions of African-American children and ensure that no child is condemned to a failing government or a horrible school. And we
did not benefit from the Department of Education when it went in the hands of the government. Look how they were getting down on us. Then they had these old liberal, crazy teachers and things like that, man. They didn't give a darn about our education stuff. I came out of that failed educational system, right? Many of us did, right? We didn't benefit from that. The teachers union, right? All this money going into the left. The jig is up now. Oh, man. The jig is up. Go run and tell it. Deal with it.
Who's fantastic on this subject. Greta,
thank you for the likes. I appreciate it.
Please, Greta, come on up.
I'm going to let Greta come up, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut it down.
Daughter. Thanks, Greta.
Where my time at? I gotta watch my time before I go back to work and stuff like that. Got about almost an hour.
To God be the glory.
God be the glory.
And we're
go
grateful
ahead. Yes, ma'am.
for our president.
Yes,
He's
ma'am.
doing some tremendous work.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I want to remind those that don't
Yes,
know
ma'am.
that this was prophesied.
Yes, ma'am.
So you weren't supposed to have the second term when it came about. This is your.
You hear what she said? It was prophesied, ladies and gentlemen, and I do believe that. Let you know how God works, though. You know, God would never let His people down. We all are God's people, right? So let the Dems tell it, you know. They're the ones for dividing and separation. We are conservative is for unifying the unity in America, right? This is what it is. Go ahead, though.
And God said that it was going to be rough the first 2 years and that things were going to happen, but then the last 2 years are going to be great.
Well, I hope
and
so.
yes, you're going to do some tremendous things. And so for
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
we thank you. On behalf of all the mothers all around the world, I'm from Texas. I live in a zip code that I didn't have an opportunity to have a choice to go to school. And so when I raised my children, I
wanted
a better opportunity for them. And I'm so grateful to
And for y'all that sub me, I'm using a program right now, software, that it doesn't actually allow me to see it though, but I'm gonna see it later though. I really thank you guys for rocking out with me. I'm gonna play a little bit more here. We want to hear what she has to say, and I'm gonna shut it down. You know, I've been trying to keep it under at least about an hour.
Scholarships and all the doors that the president is opening for education. My son was in a school that he didn't have any voice, and he found drugs in school, and he died. And so I'm here today to just show my appreciation for all the moms around the world. We have a choice now. This choice is so important to me.
Trump gave us a choice back in the educational system. He took away from the government and gave it back to the state. And he also said that the women, I'm talking about parents, men or women or both, we all have a choice now, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to send our children to the schools and everything. We talking about school choice, right? Which is the Dems that have taken that away from us. Now we have getting it back. The Dems over 60 years, look at what they did to our communities and with that BS education system that they were doing, right? They were ripping off the people, right? In America, right? As well as in the educational system, right? It was criminals protecting criminals. But your reign and your terror is over, right? And I want you to go run and tell this every darn progressive, libtard, liberal. If you can hear my voice, you hear what I say, you go run and tell that, right? Your reign is over. You hear me? The black community will no longer be pimped by you guys, right? Exactly. Go ahead, man. Sister.
I have a child that, because I had a choice, she's in private school. She's thriving. She's thriving. She's going to be an anesthesiology nurse.
Go ahead.
And she's doing great. And 8 scholarships.
Want to sit up here and call this man a racist, though. You look like a fool. You have failed, and you have always been a failure. Look at you now. This guy been kicking your behind. Trump been kicking your behind on the policies, kicking your behind with the people, right? And kicking your behind on this nation, protecting this nation. So therefore, you can suck it, right?
Part of that, changing education changes everything. Changing education.
Changing education.
Changes everything.
Changes everything.
In
you hear that?
zip code, it feels like we were locked in a cage.
That's exactly
and being
true.
locked in a cage and can't get out.
That's
and
right.
Because of all of the things that you're doing for education, now we can get out and soar. Our children can have a chance to be prosperous, just like other children. And I thank you for that. This is a great opportunity. So on behalf of all the mothers all around the world, I stand here and I give you your flowers while you can still get them. Thank you. I appreciate you. Give me a hand.
Boy, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful daughter. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter and stuff. This man here have given the black community a chance again. The Dems just run their mouth, try to be slick with all this stuff. Y'all can't hide from these facts. I'm showing the receipts. Matter of fact, from now on in, my new platform, I just show the receipts. You ain't got to ask no questions at all because you're seeing it. This is exactly what it is. This is a very beautiful Black History Month. We needed it, right? Black History Month. This president right here, Trump, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm gonna cut it right here because I'm actually at an hour and things, boy. I'm looking like $1 million, boy. Look at me, man. You know I gotta come on here. I can't be looking like no mammy singer, boy. I gotta look like $1 million, boy, you know? And I ain't even running, I'm not even running with no $1 million studio, but I tell you what, my background is in videography, you know, and so forth. So yeah, so other than that, I appreciate all you guys for coming on and things like that. Some of the haters I seen that come back in the room, some new, some old or whatever. Guys, for the ones that have been commenting, I'm going to look at them. I can have a way to look at them offline because I got to go to work. But other than that, though, you guys have really been rocking it out, man. Supporting MAGA for MAGA, though. And like I said, whether you used to be a Democrat, I don't hold that against you. I got a lot of friends that were liberals. When they started waking up and seeing what has been going on in our country, right? It has been what we call a syndicate. Criminals protecting criminals. Look at all this money theft, fraud that's been going on in a lot of these damn cities, right? That's coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. We just follow the money, right? Scott Bassett and all these other people, they've just been following in the money and finding where this corruption and so forth has been coming, right? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it, guys. And that's basically what it is. Don't need to get all mad and shouting or whatever like that, because they're the ones that's upset. I'm just bringing out the receipts. I'm deliberate. I rock this hat and I rock it proud, ladies and gentlemen. We all should be proud to be an American, making America great again, making America healthy again, and making America prosperous again, right? And it's all happening through MAGA, which are the people, the patriots that stand with the Constitution. We are going back to a constitutional republic, and it's already happening. We are in the gold age, ladies and gentlemen, and I thank him for that, and I thank Trump for the terrorists. You guys have a wonderful night. I thank you all for being rocking out with your boy Tony Love here, and I'm going to do it again. I think I knocked it out of the park with this one, and I apologize about the swearing and cussing. I'm going to keep it at a minimum, or I'm going to actually try not to do it at all. But I thank you guys, though, too. You guys deserve better, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do all I can to give you better. Once again, thank you for being a part of Some Random Guy Speaks. Tony Love, no Diddy, right? And I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Peace and chicken grease. I am out. I thank you guys so much, though. You know, where my thing at? Yep, I appreciate you guys, though, you know. I still got my other sound effects in order, though, too, but I'm going to say that for another channel, another story, right? Other than that, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to read the comments offline and stuff like that, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Peace.